Hey guys, Chelsea from Attention to Details, and I've started this video about 10 times now, and I keep running into wind or mental farts, so I'm going to try to keep this video short and sweet if I can. But I know I did a post on the Dallas Paint Correction Facebook page a couple days ago talking about how I was going to share my experience with working with 3D1 and how I would use it, taking it from a 2-step to a 1.5-step. And I know that Scott has done a video in the past explaining how he does the Griot's Fast Correcting Cream and HD Speed combined, and he does that same exact process. Use a microfiber cutting pad, do your heavy cut, and I would use it with a 3D1, do your 4 passes or so. Don't even wipe the residue off. Then you can take your polishing pad, do about 2 squirts on your pad, dab it out, polish it out, do about 2 passes, wipe off your residue, and you've got a higher level of cut, and you've refined your paint all in kind of one step, but it's like a 1.5 step. But when I went into this vehicle, I had the mentality that that was the combination that I was going to be using. And obviously it didn't work. Corvette paint is rock hard, especially this one, and so I had to break out a variety of compounds, a variety of pads, and it took me over an hour just to try to find the winning combination. And I finally did. It's actually Angel Wax Regenerate and the Rupes Coarse Polishing Pad. I actually don't have a lot of these pads because I've never really used them, because oftentimes they're going to mar the crap out of soft and medium paint. But in this situation, it's actually finishing down really well, and so I'm able to get about, I'd say, 80 to 90% of the swirls and scratches removed. There are some deep ones that I'm not necessarily chasing every scratch, but I'm trying to get some of the deeper ones, or at least blend them so they're not as noticeable. But as I was, working on this vehicle and trying to think how I can talk to you guys about some of this process, a lot of you guys have questions about polishing paint, about, even I've had some people reach out to me saying, hey, my customer isn't paying me to polish paint, but it really needs it. What do I do? So I want to share with you guys some practical tips and some advice, just kind of a heart-to-heart on with some of the beginners and maybe even a weekend warrior who's wanting to break into the field of polishing. Number one, I would say you need to surround yourself with experienced veterans within the detailing industry. That is something that I've been very blessed to have, and within Facebook and all of these groups that we're a part of, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of experienced detailers who are sharing their wisdom, sharing their story, their skills with us. So take advantage of that. Find people that you can surround yourself with, even if it's online, that you can reach out to and say, hey, I've got this type of paint, how would you approach it? And they can help you greatly. I know I've experienced so many situations where I didn't know what to do, and I've reached out to people like Brian Spittler or Ryan Harrison or Scott Bly, and Angie Barba, other people that have just shared their knowledge, and that has helped me grow as a detailer and become more comfortable in polishing. It can be very intimidating, especially when it comes to the rotary. But the other thing that I want to share with you guys is you need to have realistic expectations. I know I say it in a lot of my videos, but it's very true. A lot of times, some of us detailers are kind of OCD, and it's great when it comes to being able to pay attention to details, obviously, and just be able to see things that the average customer isn't going to see. But you also need to hear what that is. The average customer isn't going to see, so they're not going to necessarily notice if it's done or if it's not done. I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm saying don't kill yourself over the little things. You need to sometimes be able to let those little things that are just eating at the back of your mind go, especially if it's not in the customer's budget, or if you're taking 12 hours to do an interior. You don't have to get every speck of sand. You don't have to get every single hair. If there's that one piece or whatever, you need to just be able to have kind of realistic expectations. And when it comes to paint polishing, especially if the customer's budget isn't affording for you to do a 2-step, don't do a 2-step. And that if that means that you need to get better quality products, and the one that I'm using here is Angel Wax Regenerate. I will say they're not the cheapest product that's on the market. They're more expensive, but you do get what you pay for when it comes to products. Some of you beginners, it might not be in your budget. You can work your way to kind of having better products, but if you only have 3D1, or if you only have HD Speed or DPC Flash or Flash Pro, now they're great products, they have great results, but let's say you're doing a ceramic coating. and you have 3 products to choose from. Are you going to expect flawless results if you don't have the type of products that are going to give you those results? So you need to have the products that you need. You also need to know the capabilities of those products, and don't expect them to give you something that they're not capable of doing. I wouldn't go into a situation expecting, let's say, HD Speed to remove 100% of swirls and scratches. It's just not the way it's designed, and that's not reality, especially on hard paint. So if I could summarize, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep this short and sweet. Surround yourself with experienced detailers who can give you advice and counsel. Number 2, have realistic expectations. Don't be chasing perfection with every detail, especially when it comes to polishing paint. I killed myself in the beginning thinking that I had to chase every scratch, every swirl. I had to make the paint as flawless as the pictures I see on Facebook. And you have to understand that a lot of these detailers, sometimes some detailers are detailing for the detailer. Does that make sense? And I've done that as well in the past. I actually had someone say that to me because I sent him a picture of a I think it was a Porsche that I was ceramic coating. And it was Ryan, actually. I sent him a picture and I was like, I'm struggling really bad to get all the swirls and scratches out. Do you think this is going to be okay for the customer? And he said, who are you detailing for, the detailer or the customer? And it really sunk in deep with me, because a lot of times these photos, these videos that you see out there, they are perfect. And a lot of these people, they've been doing it for 5-10 years, maybe even longer. But they also might have just that right angle. They might be doctoring a little. You don't know. I'm not saying that every person is like that. But you can't compare yourself to someone who's, 1, been doing this for decades, and 2, they may not necessarily be showing you the full vehicle. So don't go into it thinking, oh my gosh, I gotta remove every swirl and scratch, especially if the customer's budget isn't going to pay for it. Give yourself some grace. Have fun with it. It can be a very gratifying and rewarding thing to do. It can also be tedious and annoying as all get out, because if you go into it thinking this is the combination that I'm going to be able to use and it doesn't work, an hour later and you've broken out 3 different pieces of equipment and about 4 different compounds and pads, you finally find it. And I know by 8:30 last night, I was about ready to throw everything away and just go to bed, because I'm tired. It may show in my videos, I'm sorry. I've done 5 details in 5 days, and that's not normal for me. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I need my rest. But I just wanted to share with you guys some tips and some advice on things I wish that I had learned sooner. Thankfully, I've had people that have shared some hard truths with me, and I've been able to kind of better myself as a detailer. But if any of you are kind of beginning, are new to polishing, I want to say, reach out to me. Find the Brian Spittlers, the Scott Blyes, the Ryan Harrisons, the Angie Barbas, the Ray Harlans, the Paul Fleetwoods, people who have been just doing this for year after year after year. They have mastered their skill. Reach out to those people, ask them questions, and just continuously try to learn and better yourself. I know so many detailers that have been doing this for 15-20 years, and they're saying they are still learning about detailing. The industry is constantly changing. So I know this is getting really long, and I need to continue to finish this vehicle, but I just wanted to kind of share with you guys some tips and just let you know, just keep at it, keep bettering your skills, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Hopefully you like the video. If not, feel free to give me a thumbs down, but hopefully you like it. Be sure to subscribe. We've got some great content coming out in the next few days. I know that I'm going to actually try to slow down on the videos. I've been rushing them out, just trying to build up my library within YouTube, but we are planning on moving in the next few months, and I am going to be doing more work inside the home and less detailing. So if you have any questions, let me know, but if not, we'll see you guys later. You have a great day, and God bless.